Hey, fuckers, it's me. That's right. The guy with the plan. Okay, sometimes. Today I have no fucking plan, so you're just going to have to wing it on your morning drive or your evening drive home, whatever you're doing. Masturbating in the bathroom, listening to our show because you love Mike or Eric's sexy voice. Hey, we're all here. We're all here to keep you happy. That's all really matters.
We are all here.
That's right. I can't believe it. You're here again.
I'm here too, I guess. I guess you need to talk.
You think?
It kind of helps a little bit.
So let me ask you guys a question.
Go for it.
When the fuck did Walgreens and CVS get so fucking lazy?
They've been that way forever.
Wait, elaborate, because I don't know what the fuck you're even talking
so
about.
let me go into these details a little bit. Like back in the day, like they were like 24 hours, like all locations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, they switched some of the locations to like, they started opening up at 6 a.m. Okay. That's reasonable. 6 a.m. is reasonable. People are driving to work. They need shit. They can stop. Like, it's good. I pulled in today. This one by my house, neither the CVS or the Walgreens, they don't open up till 8 o'clock.
How is that possible? I mean, it's a fucking pharmacy. They should be open. They should be open 24/7.
Yeah, I mean, even that though, it's like, okay, like everybody has to be at work at 8 o'clock. So I mean, they're losing out on all that morning commute shit, like to pick up.
I think that's more reserved though for a 7-Eleven, a Wawa kind of deal, racetrack. I mean, you're not going to CVS or Walgreens to get coffee, are you?
Oh, okay. So, all right. So when you have your menstrual cramps and you're, Eric, and you're on your way to your job because you have neither one of those. So this is all hypothetical.
Okay.
And you have to stop and get some PMS medication. You can't get that shit at racetrack, or you're going to pay like $9 for like one pill, as opposed to going to Walgreens and getting the Wall brand version. I don't know what they call it.
Who knows?
And getting that, taking it for $9, you get like 700 pills versus $9 for one at racetrack.
What pills are you even talking about?
Like anything, like menstrual pills, like sinus medication, like
Viagra.
Whatever. Viagra.
The over-the-counter Viagra?
Over-the-counter Viagra. They don't have that. I wish they did. That'd be kind of cool.
It would be fantastic, actually.
I can't take that shit. Like I've said before, it gives me a fucking headache.
Yeah, but how have they gotten so lazy since COVID? Like after COVID, everything like opens up so fucking late and closes
I feel like
so
all
early.
stores have gotten lazy. I mean, everywhere I go, it's like the stock. I mean, now they can sit there and tell me supply issue, but I think the only one who keeps their shelves stocked is the Home Depot. Swear to God, I go in there, man. It's freaking all their shelves are packed solid. So I don't understand how they can have
that shit's
like
so expensive. That's why.
I don't understand. Yeah, no shit. Isn't it though? Everything's so damn expensive there. It's like now I just go window shopping, like literally not window, but I just look around and go, damn, okay, well, when that comes down in 3 years, maybe I'll come back and buy something. But
it's like, holy shit, that stuff's expensive.
I was like, man, I remember when that shit used to be like 3 times less. And then,
I mean, have you noticed that? Do you feel the same way? Do you feel like they're lazy or not? I mean, like that, like everything's gotten lazier, like opening later and closing sooner.
I think a lot of restaurants have. That's one thing I noticed right from the jump. But now mom and pop places, because they're in it to win it. I mean, it's so hard going up against, a competitive chain, like, any restaurant chain.
let me interject with that one, Eric, because I believe that because of the fact of how lazy the corporations have gotten, like Mike was just saying, the mom and pop like shops and stores, they're picking their game up, and I believe that a lot of people prefer to shop there because of the shit that, like Walmart, for instance. I mean, Walmart has everything, but who loves going into Walmart? I don't.
I fucking hate it.
I fucking hate it, man.
What mom and pop shop do you shop at that competes with
like
Walmart?
okay. So I'm just talking. Let me go back to the hardware thing. So like I've noticed, like when I go into like Ace Hardware, don't get me wrong, it's a smaller outfit. And they are corporate driven, but here they're
not mom and pop. They're just a smaller chain.
They're just a smaller business chain.
Right.
Let me reiterate then. When I say small business, I'm talking like smaller chains / medium to small business, but not the big corporate, corporation ones. But
the big, huge box.
The big. So, like when I go in there, you got somebody on you customer service like right away. I walk through the Home Depot.
Oh, it's
man,
fucking annoying there. Like that actually.
Yeah, they follow you around almost. It's like, dude,
yeah,
seriously.
they track you down, and then when you do need help, like you have a question,
they disappear.
they're like,
Can't find anybody.
they're like, oh yeah, I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
I remember
like
that.
seriously,
When we
like you
asked
haven't.
something
Yeah,
last time we
exactly.
He was like, yeah, I don't know where that's at. We don't even know.
I have no clue.
No, and you're like, God dang it!
Sure, you don't want some paint?
Around
I can help you with the paint. Like,
That's one thing that I actually truly enjoy about Publix. Yeah, it's a little more pricey than Winn-Dixie, but you can ask them any question about any product they sell, and they could tell you in an instant. You go down aisle 17, just make a left at the fork, and it's right around the corner. Third
no, they
down.
take you.
Or I was about to say the same thing.
They freaking escort
you.
You're like, hey, like, where's this? You know, like, where's the KY jelly? And they're like, well, come with me.
Yeah, I'll show you because I
Lead
use
you
it
directly
every
to
day,
it.
3 times a day.
So then you have like a 16-year-old girl like showing you where the lube's at.
See, speaking of
And
lube,
it feels real
speaking of lube,
awkward.
what I really like starting to do is when people say, "Man, your hands are so soft," I just give them a nice little smile with a side wink. It's like my favorite thing to do. Man, you have the softest hands. Wink. You have
I
no
was
idea.
paying
Proprietary product I put on it every day.
Yeah, it's that
Produced locally.
That Lubriderm, man, does wonders. Let me tell you.
Produced locally.
Just give them a nice produced locally.
Yeah. See, I feel like the mom and pops, like the restaurants, they've like backed off too. Because like, and I don't know if it's changed, but Donna Julia's like in Lakeland, which I love their food.
Don Julia's?
They used to be Donna Julia's, yeah.
Donna Julia's.
I was like, who's Donna Julia?
Donna Julia's.
Sounds
I'm
hot.
sorry. But they used to be open real early because I used to take my daughter there for breakfast in the morning before I took her to school. And then we went a while back, and it said they didn't open until like 9. You remember?
Yep.
That one time we stopped in to go to breakfast. And it was
Who
like,
goes to breakfast?
9 o'clock. I was like, that's
some
like
people
late
do.
for breakfast for me.
Yeah, I mean, I like to do that 7 a.m., 7:30 breakfast and be done. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then like we were like, what kind of bullshit is this? So we ended up going to Bob Evans and seeing Bob.
Oh, Bob Evans. That's another. That's a Denny's and IHOP combined. But I think they're better than Denny's and IHOP. But for my money,
100%.
where we live in Central Florida, Fat Jack's is the go-to place for breakfast.
Fat Jack's has really like
Fat
good
Jack's
prices.
is good. I'll tell you who competes with Fat Jack's though. That I, for in my mind locally is that Highland City
Cafe.
Cafe.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about? The one everybody gets
Is that the one
outside?
we went and got that country fried steak?
Yes,
Oh,
I find the
damn,
country fried
dude, that
steak
thing was
better than
money.
Bob Evans.
I'll make the
nice.
drive over near his place just so we can go over there for breakfast.
I've really started like that.
So
place.
after the
those
show,
are
I'd say we
local
head over
plugs for
and
the
grab some
morning.
breakfast.
Yeah,
Then we can do a
Grab
Valentine's
lunch.
Day lunch. Like
Yeah.
2 hours later.
Maybe Eric will go with us for a
Yeah.
change because fucking
I need a Valentine's.
Mr.
I need a
Excuse.
Valentine's Day. You know,
Yeah.
come on now.
3 amigos.
I could
yeah,
really
that'll be
use a
fun.
hand.
After the show, yeah, we should go over there. That'll be
We're
good.
the 3 best friends that anyone could have.
Yeah, so I just noticed that. I just wanted to bitch about that this morning because I had a funny experience happen. So the Walgreens over here is like they're under construction. So they have a sign that says "Please use other door for entrance." And I was walking up. There was one of the construction workers that was there, and I said, "Hey, is this the door you use?" And he said, "Yeah, I think that's the one you use." And the door was kind of like ajar; it wasn't like open, and the thing wasn't working. So I literally just walk right in, and I pursue to start getting what I need. At which point, this millennial, maybe not millennial, what are they now? What are they now? The younger ones.
This goddamn millennial was over here.
What's the new generation? Gen Z.
Gen
What are
Z.
they called now?
Z's, I believe.
Maybe it was a Gen Z or no? I thought Gen Z was before millennial.
Well,
Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's probably
yeah,
someone.
anyway.
It was someone that was young.
Kid.
Okay,
Yeah,
young, and
young
like
person.
kind of hipster. He's like, "How did you get in here?" And I was like. Like that struck me as such an odd question. Like, how did you get in here? I used the door. I didn't I materialized. I beamed in. I don't know. I snuck in over the border. I don't know. Like, what kind of question are we asking here? He's like, how'd you get in here? And I was like, I came through the door. And he's like, the door. And I was like, yeah, the front door.
It's
like
that
the
thing that
store
opens
door.
up. You have a handle. You turn it.
And he was really perplexed. He's like, you can't be in here. And I'm like, what do you mean I can't be in here? It's like a store. Like you're a store selling product, and I'm here to buy product. Like, well, why can't I be in here?
We don't like.
You should have looked at him and go, "Well, I am here."
And he's like, because we're not open. And I'm looking around. I'm like, the lights are on. The door was open. What do you mean you're not open? He's like, yeah, we don't open till 8. Now it was like 7:55 at this time, like 5-minute wait period.
Dude, you had every opportunity to use a Jedi mind trick on him. You don't need to know why I'm in here.
I wasn't thinking that far ahead. It struck me off. I was like, okay, maybe
you're going to let me
being
continue
pranked.
to shop.
Who are you
So
and
he's
how'd you
like-
get in here? I'm the locksmith.
Yeah.
And I'm the locksmith.
Yeah. So at which point I'm like, oh man, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you opened up in 5 minutes. Like, I guess I'll put my stuff down and leave.
Yeah, no shit.
So I proceeded to put my stuff down and leave, which he had to now put back instead of he could have probably rung me out. I mean, technically, because everybody was there to work. Like, it was open, just the door hadn't, I guess they had somebody to unlock the door and opened it and forgot to close
I thought
it.
You should have had some balls. I think you should have put your right or left foot in front of his, right leg or behind his right leg, pushed him down, tripped him to the ground, taken your shit and ran out and go for it.
I'm not going to jail. For
breaking and entering, trespassing, and assault.
They weren't open. There's no cameras running. You had every opportunity.
I'm not going to jail over some Benadryl.
And then,
I'm sorry.
Here comes. This man right here was running into the Walgreens over here in Polk County. Let me tell you what a mistake that is.
Grady Judd.
Yeah. Mike have his face up there.
He picked a bad day to have a pollen allergy in Polk County. That's all I got to say.
Spring ain't even here yet for this dummy.
Now, he could have just put that down and waited 5 minutes outside like a civilized person, but instead he decided to accost this young gentleman, this very nice young gentleman, and then proceeded to run out the door. At which point we had every deputy in Central Florida chase into his house, and we shot him till he was dead. Just to be safe.
Shot him.
You can't trust them people with allergies.
Yeah, you
That's
can't.
all I gotta say.
They're criminals.
They say
what? We would
allergies.
have shot him again too. We just ran out of bullets.
They say allergies. I call them meth heads here in Polk County.
Oh God, no! I wish I had that problem. I'm having some allergic reactions to different things that I'm doing to my body.
Like what?
So I started TRT replacement therapy, and I guess my body's rejecting the oil because it's
all his
cottonseed
estrogen.
oil or something. Yeah, my estrogen's fighting back. It's like,
Your estrogen's like, you are a goddamn woman.
Yeah.
Stop fucking putting this shit in me.
The world can't handle you being more of an asshole. You don't need more testosterone. You're already bad enough. So
I gave you titties for a reason.
yeah, that and the pollen count's really high right now, so it's kind of like driving my brain nuts.
So are you still spraying your
Gotta do a
yard and
research
shit to kill anything?
Doing what?
Are you still spraying your yard? Do you still have that Terminex service?
I have all that shit. Yeah, I got a Terminex story too. But I got all that. Yeah, I got all that shit.
Man, he's like storyteller today. I love it. So tell us about your Terminex story then.
All right. So I don't know if I talked about it earlier in this earlier episode, but I was outside and I heard squirrels in the rafters, and in the eaves of the house.
Okay.
So I'm like, shit.
So you got tree rats
bastards that
going
infiltrated the casa. I have to call someone out to get, this shit taken care of. And I like Terminex because they've done a good job for me. I know they're more expensive than a lot of the places, but they've always done a really good job for me. I've done business with them for like 20 years. So I call them. They come out same day. The guy does a great presentation, a spiel, like he maps everything out, marks out all the barriers of entry and shit. And then a couple hours later, the technician guy shows up and he kind of does his thing. Interesting dude. And then leaves. Okay. So my wife comes home and she's getting out of the car and she looks up and she hears like a ruckus from, up by the roof line. And all of a sudden, like, the side of the not the siding, but that the part on the eave that's coming out of the house explodes outward and a squirrel comes launching out of it. Evidently the squirrels had gotten trapped inside the attic and they were looking for a way out, and they figured the only way they could get out was by eating through the wall and launching themselves into space. So now I have a giant gaping hole, like where the squirrels did their evacuation mission. And I called the guy today, and they're coming back out this afternoon to fix the problem. But I was like,
when you said gaping hole, I was thinking, hey, let's leave Eric's mom out of this.
I knew it.
I fucking knew he was going to go there. I know.
Low hanging fruit. I'll take it every time.
Whiz.
Nom, 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 nom.
Every time.
Speaking of Valentine's Day, guys, are you two and your wives doing anything? Or should I just have my mom come over and hang out?
I'm going to have to I'm going to your mom's first, and I'm going to drop her off instead of 20, I'm going to give her 40. So I always double it up on Valentine's Day for her on the nightstand. But, I'm not going to fight the fucking crowds today and tonight. Hell no. Everybody takes their woman out to eat.
Reservations.
See, he's that guy. I bet you sent her 2 dozen flowers too, didn't you?
I didn't this time.
What?
I normally do, but I didn't this time. No, because So my wife is starting a lash business and esthetician business in the next couple of months. She's going back to school for it.
Right.
And I sat down, instead of like blowing like, $300 or $400 on roses, I'm just going to get her some stuff that she would like for her lash business.
Oh yeah, that's the way to do
instead. So
it's a good idea.
I didn't.
So where are you taking your man, Eric?
Well, I don't have a Valentine's Day date, and even if I did, we're not going out on Valentine's Day. All it is a commercialized holiday.
So you're swiping left today?
I am, actually. You know what? I got to tell you though, my mom, I was talking to her, and she told me that my dad, he went above and beyond. He bought her a little bit of an early gift, and it was basically 3 carat diamond ring. It's 2 3/4. And I go, God damn. I'm like, I feel like a weak dick if I, he got her flowers or anything. I'm like, nah, thanks a lot, Bill. You one-upping son of a bitch.
They did.
How long have they been married?
When she's good, she's good.
Oh my God. They've been quite some time, since 95.
So is your stepdad?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's okay, son.
I got you. I didn't know. 95. That's what, almost 20 years, right?
It's over 20 years.
It's over 20 years, dude.
Oh, is it over 20 years?
Yeah.
It's 20.
Remember 2015
years,
was 20 years.
28 years. It's 28
Oh, yeah.
years.
Shit. Okay. Yeah. My bad.
He's usually the fucking mathematician of the show, too, man. He's like Captain Analytical, and all of a sudden he's like, what is that, 20 years? I'm like, wait, what?
What's throwing me off is like, I still feel like the 90s was like yesterday.
I know.
Okay. Like, I don't think like 80s, that was like a couple years ago in my mind, not almost 50 years ago.
It sucks.
Like I was on Netflix and I saw that they did that 90s show, and I was like, oh, that's fucking stupid. I mean, that was only a couple years ago. Why are they doing that? Then I realized, holy shit, in the 90s they did that 70s show.
Yep. And now,
I don't know if in 2000s they did that 70s show, which was the 30-year difference.
Welcome to old age, motherfucker.
30 years in the future, they're doing the 90s, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, mind blown. I was on A&E watching A&E Biography, and it had Degeneration X from the WWE. If remember wrestling, and I look at the thing, and I'm like, I'm reading the ticker on the bottom, and it's saying they were formed in 1997. And I'm like, 97. That just seems like yesterday.
Yeah,
but it's not.
Yeah, so that literally just what happened right there. When he said 95, I was thinking, oh, that's like 15 years ago. That's nice. That's cute. Oh shit, no, that's like 25 years ago. That's like,
you're like, that's cute.
An entire decade.
That's cute.
Yeah. We were watching a movie the other day. God, what movie was it? Oh shit, it was a good one too. Anyways, it came out in 2007, and I was like, man, this is such a good movie. Like, I was like, I can't believe I didn't watch it. And Aiden was watching it with me, and he was like, yeah, that I wasn't even born yet when it came out, because it came out like 6 months before he was born. And I was like, holy shit, I can't believe this came out 15 years ago.
A movie, when I see the year that came out, that gets me every time, is Wedding Crashers. That came out in 2005.
Yeah. Oh, it was Zoolander. That's what we watched. Zoolander.
So you're at what, 2002, 2003?
Yeah.
Right around there.
That was actually way before his birth. That was way like a couple years before he was born. And I was like, holy shit, I can't believe that's so old.
And I still say Wedding Crashers holds like the freaking comedic like pendulum, I guess you could say, or however you want to put it, because I really feel like that movie, you could probably relaunch it today and it would do well in the theater if nobody had seen it.
I think so too.
They would be like, "Oh my god, this movie's so fucking good," because it's just so hilarious. I thought it was like,
yeah, I think it's really topical.
It's one of those things where like Vince Vaughn it's one of his finest movies as far as his performances in that thing.
And then plus you got Walken in there, and then Owen Wilson. They're actually working part 2 finally, which I'm hoping it gets an R rating. I know it's kind of hard to do because they tried. Have you guys seen The Internship with Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson? What's
it going to be? The Funeral Crashers?
I don't know.
Have Will Ferrell's character die?
That might be, dude,
crazy horny.
At the end,
nursing home crashers. I don't know.
It's like fishing with dynamite, man. It's almost not fair.
I almost nunchucked. You didn't even know.
It's like fishing with dynamite. You can hit the same girl over and over again because she has dementia. She doesn't remember you.
We gotta go, buddy. I got a stage 5 clinger here. Okay. Oh, so what? You got to feel up some hot old woman's cans. Yeah, try getting jacked up on the table in front of the whole goddamn family. Real team player, Jack.
Real team player. Real team player.
Yes.
That's
like
such
the
a good
best
show.
team player.
And right before that came out, we were lucky to get Old School. Old School, the first time I saw that,
See,
that was
a
right
silent.
up there.
That's one that nobody really knows
Frank
about, but it's
the
so
Tank.
fucking good. He's like,
Frank
we're
the
running around
Tank.
the quad. Come on, everybody.
We're streaking the quad.
I love when he's backing into the van, when he's backing into the SUV, with the girls, and they go, "Wow, Frank!" It's the lady that was on King of Queens. She goes, "Wow, Frank, was it kind of cold out there?"
Hey, honey, you think KFC's still open?
Yeah. Hey, you think the KFC's still open?
Oh, that's such a good movie. So what do you guys got going on? I told you a little backstory this morning. Kind of jumped in and stole the show.
That's
What's
okay,
going on
man.
with you guys? What did you want to go over, Eric? What's your content for the day?
I was thinking just talking about Valentine's Day, and I'm so glad that you brought something else to the table because there's only so much you can really talk about this holiday. I think, though, that guys should have a holiday, too, because we know Valentine's Day is for the
steak
women.
and blowjob day.
There we go.
Yep.
Now, what day should that fall on?
It's March 14th.
I was going to say, what day is that? So I can pencil that in.
It falls on March 14th, but yeah. Have I ever gotten a steak and a blowjob on March 14th? No.
Here's the thing.
That's my loss.
Here's the key, though. You've reached the top-notch scale. If you're getting a blowjob while you're eating the steak, boom.
Mind blown.
You're like cutting your fillet.
I don't think I'd like that. I wouldn't like that.
The only reason I wouldn't like it, I don't like mixing food and sex. I know that sounds really weird, but I really think it's gross.
You know what
part I'd fucking choke. I think I'd be choking.
Are we still talking about food, or are we talking about dicks again?
Trying to eat the steak and give a blowjob at the same time would be kind of hard. I think I'd get confused.
Hey, Mike, however you want to roll on the 14th, we're cool with it, man.
You can sure fit a lot of meat in your mouth there, buddy.
Yeah,
you're gonna have meat in your mouth twice.
I have a hard enough time eating steak right now with these fucking braces, let alone.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, it's a pain in the dick, but it's all worth it.
Dude, I tell you what, man, I don't know
not
how
worth
kids,
it though. Like, you're gonna have straight teeth.
I don't know how kids do it, to be honest with you. Because if I had this as a kid, it would suck.
Suck.
Fucking braces.
I was like
the inside of my lips are constantly fucking cut up. Like, dude, every time I eat a fucking salad, I look like Swamp Thing.
Hey, speaking of like braces and shit, the most brutal fight I ever saw in person. So in our neighborhood, back when I lived up near Scottswood East, we had these two guys that lived there. I think his name was Robbie. I'll just say Robbie. First name's Steven. So these two guys, we were sitting in the back of Johnny's house, and we decided to get boxing gloves on and box each other like fucking dumbasses, right?
Can I just pause for a minute? Just for 1 second. Hold that thought. I just got to throw one thing out there. Those were the whitest names that you could have picked. Robbie, Johnny, and Steven.
Because they were. They're white dudes. What do you want me to say?
Fucking, like surfing hipsters.
I didn't say Zori, Malcolm, and Patches. I mean, I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
They're out there with Carl and Todd.
Hey, so you can't tell that they're black. Wink, wink.
So Johnny, Steven, and
it was
Robbie,
Johnny's house, Steven and Robbie.
Bradley.
And Bradley. We were all over there. And so Robbie and Steven decide they're going to box each other. Now, they both have full metal braces. They beat the ever-loving piss out of each other, dude. Boxing. Blood was everywhere because their inside of their braces was cutting the shit out of the inside of their mouths. That was probably the most gruesome fight. And they were going toe-to-toe. And he was like 6 foot. And
they make special mouth guards for braces that prevent that.
Yeah, well, they weren't wearing mouth guards. They were just beating the shit out of each other. Yeah, we were dumb fucking kids. Dumb. But now let me go back to my other friends, Malcolm, Zori, and Patches. Mike, can you guess what color they are?
I think they were probably like your pet hamsters. Because that's what that sounds like to me.
I'm
Zori. I don't know.
Let me message Malcolm now and let him know that you're making fun of him and his little brother. Calling them.
Did you say Matches or Malcolm?
Patches.
Patches. Oh, I think it's Matches.
I hear the name Patches. I'm thinking of an Irish guy or something.
Yeah.
I think of what's the movie with Robin Williams? The one where he plays a doctor.
Oh yeah, Patch Adams. Yeah,
great. Patch Adams. That's what I think when I hear the name Patches. But which by the way, that was a great freaking movie too. I miss.
So their real names were Patches.
It was his street name was Patches. I don't believe that was his real name, but I think he's in prison now. So I think he actually killed someone.
Who's stereotyping now?
I'm just wow.
You didn't say it was confirmed.
I don't know. I don't know what he went. I don't know what he went. I don't know what he went to prison for. I don't know if he actually killed somebody or if he committed like just a crime. Yeah, dude. I used to hang out, brother, all the time. I was a cool bitch. I got out of that life, bro.
You got around. You were a social butterfly.
Just ask Eric's mom for Valentine's Day.
You were a social butterfly. Eric's stepdad's gonna come on here and kick your ass.
Yeah,
he's too old.
No, he's actually not.
Dude,
he's 10 years younger than my mom.
How old? I know, but your mom is what? 65?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
So he's 55?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
just tell him.
He would definitely whip your ass.
But take a screenshot of that middle screen right there of Mike, and make sure you send him that picture and say, "Yeah, that's the guy that was talking shit."
But, I'm telling you right now, he's also 6'5", about 240 pounds of pure diesel. So,
oh yeah.
Fuck. Hey, I'm only kidding,
I think we should have a
Mr.
ring
Collins.
But he's a sweetheart.
All right, fuck it. I'm on.
Sweetheart, he pounds your ass and around.
Pounds your ass. What
Sounds
kind of fight are you thinking about?
You know what's funny?
Don't tempt me with a good time, motherfuckers.
At 6'5", he could literally put his hand on your forehead and you wouldn't be able to touch him.
And I'm 6'1". So just
he could literally keep you at bay.
Damn, I had to wait till the 26-minute mark to tell you to go fuck yourself. Fuck you in the short joke, asshole.
He would literally keep you at bay. He could just put his hand on your forehead and just keep you away, and you couldn't touch him. Yeah.
Come on, Mr. Collins.
And then he could literally
hit you like I hit your wife.
And his last name isn't Collins. That's my name.
Same difference.
The good old Novakowski. Every time solicitors used to call the house back in the 90s.
He's Russian?
No, Novakowski's like a Polish name.
Oh, it could be Russian too.
Oh shit, he's Polish. Yeah, you don't want to fuck with a 6'5" Polish guy.
I got Polak jokes for fucking weeks.
We all do. But when solicitors would call and they'd go, "Can I speak with Pamela not call him here anymore."
Martina Navratilova, please.
Like nobody could pronounce the last name. Samir Nahina Najjar.
I had a friend I had a friend that I was friends with for like over 20 years, man, and he's Polish, so I used to fuck with him all the time.
Did you bang his mom too?
Of course, duh.
Actually, I like to fuck with people.
No,
sometimes.
I did not. No, I just had to like revisit where I was in my head with that one. I was like, I did not.
I like to fuck people sometimes because I have 2 first names. I actually have 3 first names. I like to fuck with people sometimes.
Fuck with people.
Because I have 3 first names because it's Michael, Joe, Preston.
You really do.
So when people call up and say, "Can I speak to Michael Preston?" I'm like, "Which one, Michael or Preston?" And they're like, Michael Joe Preston. Okay, now you're really fucking confusing me. Like, what's Joe got to do with this?
Well, I think Brad has
which
the
one
same
do you want? Do you want
on.
Michael? Do you want Joe? Or do you want Preston? Which one do you want?
I'm gonna start doing that. But normally, what I do to people is I go, "Yeah, can you hold on just a second, please?" And I'll put my phone down in front of the TV and just let it sit there and play until they hang up. They'll sit there for 20, 30 minutes sometimes. Like fucking idiots.
Oh yeah, like, I pick on.
Don't ever solicit me on a phone call.
I get them all the time. Like every time. Like I'm like,
man, I need to get some of those anti-glare glasses like you got, Mike.
I'm like, hey, don't hang up. I'm in a box. I have a phone, but the dial pad's not working. Please don't hang up. I need help. I need help now. They're like, click.
All of a sudden, Grady Judd shows up.
And then they shoot me in the box.
They shoot him in the box. All these bullet holes go in it.
We didn't know what was in there.
Hey, podcaster in Lakeland, in Florida, was killed today after he tried to pull a prank.
Oh my god!
Podcaster prank backfires in Lakeland, Florida.
I'm gonna save that story for another episode. I don't think we talked about that. Did I talk to you about when my stepson pranked me? That we on the show?
No, we'll save it.
We'll talk about that on another episode.
Save it.
Okay,
we'll save it.
Yeah.
All right. Listen, Valentine fucks. Make sure you take your sweethearts out tonight, or your dude, however you roll. Just make it happen. Go out, eat some food, have some sex, have more sex. Whatever it takes. Don't forget to visit us, though, before you go on the Tiki Talk and on the tweet machine at _ the Daily BM. Or you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the Daily BM. And they're serenading you guys. I love it. Visit us online also at thedailybm.com or info@ for the email. So just go ahead and hit us up. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button at the bottom. And if you're on YouTube, we need subscribers. Hit it. Go. We'll see you guys on the flip side. See you tomorrow.